Thursday, March 28th. The market just closed. I literally just made a 12-minute long video, almost 13 fucking minutes, and there was no sound. And I checked. I checked to make sure the mic was working. It was showing activity when I did my little mic check, but that was awesome. So anyway, let's make a new video. I actually forgot to tell you about something until later on, towards the end of the video anyway, and I'm not sure if I can hold everybody's attention span that long. So let's just get right to it. So I have 2 new funded accounts that I got yesterday, and then I got 1 eval here. I got the eval over 1 for 1 today. I caught a move. So, I didn't do any, it was a bounce off the orb, and I'll talk about the orb in a second. I'll show you something you want to look for. And then here are my 2 funded accounts, 44 and 45. This one's up 146. Modest day, and that's fine. I'm not trying to push anything and go crazy, and I'll show you why. It's pretty obvious in terms of when I'm gonna qualify for a payout. I missed it. I had plenty of opportunities, but that's water under the bridge. But with this one, I got a long ways to go, and I can't request a withdrawal on any funded accounts now until that I have until the 15th of April, from the 15th to the 20th. Or the 1st to the 5th. I don't even know. Yeah, the 1st to the 5th. The 1st to the 5th is the next time I'm not gonna hit the cutoff. That's what it is. So April 1st to April 5th, I will miss that cutoff. So I'll have to wait until the 15th and the 20th. But that's number 44, up 146 on the day. No reason to force any trades. This one was up around 200, and then I caught this nice bounce at the bottom orb I could have gotten a little more, but whatever. I got $265. That was awesome. Worked out pretty good. I'll show you the orb in a second. So all in all, it's good. So, got another one over. So I'll start Monday with a 3rd funded account. Here's the deal. I think tomorrow it's only like a half a day because it's Good Friday, and that's the market was a little choppy today. It literally just hung out in this range all day, basically from the top orb to the bottom orb. Like that's all it was doing, because there was, a lot of people probably took off early. The market's closed tomorrow. I think futures will be opening at the overnight, and then the market might close in the morning or like at 1 o'clock Eastern. I'm not 100% sure. So don't quote me on that. Go double check. Go look for yourself in case you want to be a degenerate. Just know that it's going to be real choppy and there won't be much volume. So, tread lightly. Anyway, so we got this one over. This one over. This one's up. Good start to that. Great start to this one. And then this is what I wanted to show you on the Qs. This is the 15-minute chart. Let me just get rid of all this stuff here because I have the VWAP. I have the VWAP, or just VWAP. I have the pivot points, which I'll leave in, and then I have the orb. And the orb is what I want to talk about. If you don't have the 15-minute orb on your chart, I highly recommend you add it, because just look what happens here. I'm not saying make any trades anytime soon on it. Just watch it. So here's the opening range breakout in the first 15 minutes of the day. This is the range. I'm looking at the Qs because during the day, during regular trading hours, this is the NQs, basically the NASDAQ futures basically play off of this. It moves with this. But the ETF is what everyone's, that's where most of the, there's more volume here. You just go by this. Anyway, I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but here's it. So we opened, we popped, we wicked up, and then came back down, hung out in the orb basically all day. Just kept hitting our heads on the top. We would reject. These were big candles. Like they were like 20, 30-point candles in either direction on the NQs. And then, like I'll show you here, see, like monster candles here. Look at these. We're talking 19 to 87. That's like what, 13 and 19, 32 points. This one's almost 40 points. And then we finally fell out, dropped. So this is the dump. So we were basically bouncing, hitting our heads at the top, on the top orb of the Qs and the NQs. If you look at this, finally fell out. The pivot point was playing a little bit of a role here. It was bouncing off the pivot point. Probably was bouncing off a VWAP. Finally fell down to the bottom orb, and then like watch what happens. You got the bottom orb here, it bounces. It goes up about halfway. That's like a, let's see where that first, oops, wrong chart. That first move was here. So right here on the NQs, we're at 450, 475 on the bottom of that wick. It goes all the way up to 481, almost 30 points. That's a nice move, and then it rejects. Actually rejected off the bottom orb over the NQ, but that's besides the point because that's a different spot if you look on the Qs. So it comes up, it rejects off the pivot point, right? Comes back down, hits the bottom orb again. Even here, like it wicked down and then came back up. So it bounced off the bottom orb, 1, 2, 3, gets up halfway, can't get further, rejects, comes back down to the bottom orb. Wicks a little bit below it, and then we bouncing. This is the huge move. This was the big move of the afternoon, and I caught some of it in my Apex account, but not so much in my Take Profit Trader. I was on the phone with a friend. When I'm on the phone with my business partner and we're both trading in our individual accounts, we're helping each other because we both see things differently, and he's actually a better trader than me. But he's nuked his fair share of accounts, including the ones that we share. So anyway, but we help each other. When I'm on the phone with my original friend, my first ever friend, he's not into this shit, and he's just all over the place telling me 500 different things in 5 minutes, and it's hard. It's very distracting, and I tell myself not to trade while I'm on the phone with this kid, or just don't pick up the phone. But he's my boy, so I want to be there for him. And what happens every time I'm on the phone with this fucking kid, I lose fucking money. I nuke accounts. So luckily I didn't trade my Apex account, and I knew better. I was actually up in my Take Profit Trader accounts, and I fucked them up. So I'll show that in another video. Let's just focus on Apex here. So I got to remember just not to trade when I'm on the phone with him, or not pick up when I'm trading, because I fucked this whole thing up with my Take Profit Trader, not with Apex. I could have got more of it, but I didn't. It is what it is. I'd rather not get all of it or not get any of it than trying to keep going against it as it's just making its way up. And then it finally just kept hitting the top and came back down. So, the orb is definitely something you might want to, I highly recommend you add it to your chart, because you could just literally wait for these moves. I mean, they'll happen throughout the day. I mean, there are days when it's so far below it. Uh-oh. So far below it. Hey, Harvey. His name is Harvey because he's named after Two-Face, Harvey Dent, because he has 2 different color eyes, and he looks like he has 2 faces on each side. Anyway, I'm making a video over here, pal. Hey, come here. No one's there. Sorry about that, guys. So anyway, just add it because, but like I was saying before the barking started happening, there'll be days when it's so far above it's so up, like the market pops, we run, and then we're way above the orb, or it dumps and we're way below it. So I guess in those cases, you could kind of look for a bounce off, like if it's way over it and it comes back down, you could look for a bounce off of the top of the orb, and vice versa. You're looking for a rejection off the top or the bottom orb to go back down. But like there's other things you could look for in those situations, like play a VWAP bounce or rejection, or look for some moving averages like the 200 or 300. But just keep an eye on this orb. Add this to your chart if you don't have it yet. I trust me, it's a great. If you play it right, and you catch this move, especially with like eval accounts, but if you catch this move, you play some minis or whatever micros. I mean, it was still a 50, 60 point move. Just big wood, and both ways. It rejected and came all the way back down and touched it again at the end of the day, and then I played that bounce for a good game right here. That was basically the bounce here. I didn't catch the very bottom, but I did a good job on that one. $265. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Apex actually, in true degenerate fashion, because they know we're degenerates, they extended their 80% off and 1 day to pass promotion through Easter Sunday. I don't know how much further it goes. I forgot what it said, but it was supposed to be over yesterday, and they extended it, of course. So thanks for watching. I hope this recording works, because the last one didn't, and I'll be really pissed off because that's like 20 plus minutes of my life. I will have ended up wasting. It's not a waste if the audio's there. So once again, I'll talk to you soon. My link's in the description below. Give a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And if you don't trade tomorrow, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you soon.